I'm hanging and buffering out. Thank you, Angie. Gone again, oh no, gone again. I gotta finish this today, I gotta sew. So I'm just gonna keep sewing. We're gonna get this done, I'm gonna sew. Now the video is not available. I'm here, we're trying. We're trying. Back on? I hope. I can only hope. Feety fighty bodie hope. What's going on? Oh no. Da ba 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 ba. I'm just hanging in there since Diane 57, and so are few. You can hear me? You can hear me? I'm talking to myself. I'm not talking to myself. I don't feel so crazy. Video is not available. I know, we're having issues, unfortunately. I think it is might be the YouTuber. Not me, as in personally, but you know what I mean. Alright, let's put that there. Oh, that looks pretty! Oh my goodness. I'm so glad I earned that. Super thrilled about these curvatures though. Thanks, Rebecca. I appreciate it. Do. Yes, refresh your screen. And you will see you and you will see me. Hopefully. Now we're going to work on this one. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Boop, boop. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Boop, boop. Oh, that one actually had to sew together. Oh, there was extra work involved in some. I forgot. Oh, there was like 2 I left to sew together. Yes, restart, please. It's just the internet, you know, how it wants to troll you. That's how it goes. It wants to troll ya. Alright, so that is going to go in there, and that's going to go in there, and that's going to go out there. Actually, that can't go out there because that's the wrong color. So that's going to go in there, and that's going to go out there. Some of my melon pieces are really light, but I did change some of my centers. But that's just because it was looking a little weird. So there's a melon or 2 here that I have to finish. So we will do that. Get those 2 melon done. I think there's another one up there too. And then we'll keep pasting this together. We'll keep on trucking on, as they say. Okay. And we'll pin this one. Well, those are those 2 end pieces. Press. Check my mic, please. Sorry, it's all good? Yeah. You let me know. I'm just keep going. Boo-ba-doo-boo. All right, now I'm just going to... Now with these arches, we want to make sure we're pinning them together. That's why that little tab in the center here, right there, is helpful for the center in there. Okay. I got to get down lower. Clearly, I didn't have it right. I apologize. I'm still learning with camera. Back feed on mic. Aww. Helly speaks mom in many different forms of speed. All right, so just putting that pin in the center and lining up, and we're going to finish these 2 melons because I have 2 melons to finish before I can keep adding them on to this right here. Okay. Oh, here. Actually, I'm going to take the camera and aim it just down a little bit so you can see my board. Hopefully, Pop doesn't get mad at me because now it's mostly on the table. There we go, with me in the center. Okay, so you can see at least some of the color without the Mom and Pop Quilt Shop sign in the way. Okay, there we go. Perfect. There we go. Lovely. Okay. Hopefully that's okay. I was just trying to get it so you guys can see this. Because it was just a lot of up there and we didn't need that anymore because we had it here now, so right. Hopefully that's okay. Make sure you add your D's onto one of each end. Hello, Libby from Indiana. Happy you're here. I'm not sure if it's general internet issues today or it's just happened to be our dumb luck, but nonetheless, we are sorry. We are continuing on with the record, and hopefully you guys get to watch it in the replay if you don't have the patience to wait it out. And I totally understand that. It's just up on the dresser at the moment. It holds my threads and stuff like that for the long arm. Right now, it will get attached to the wall. At some point, I kind of realize it can't really be much more higher than what it is, or I can't reach the top. I'm only 5'5". As much as I like to think I'm bigger some other times, like, you know, 6 feet, but I am not. So it has to get attached to the wall pretty much on the height that it is right now, which I'm glad it was up on the dresser because it made me understand at which height it needed to be at so I could use it. Thank you. Thank you, Leo, which I know is Vicky. Ricky? Vicky, not Ricky. Vicky. You know what I meant. Do. Yeah, when you were on there. I'm too short. And I have to say, I'm the tallest in my family, and that's not saying a lot for my 5'5½". Let's put it that way. My mom is, well, she has shrunk, and now she's in a wheelchair, but I think the last time they measured her, she was only like 4'7½" or something. So, you know, I don't come from tall genes. And Pop and I are pretty much the same height, though we would argue over the 1/4 inch of who is taller. But nonetheless, we are the same height, and Munchkin is right along with us, even Steven. He didn't get any extra or shorter or otherwise, so he's okay. He's the same height as everybody else. He thinks he's taller than me, but I think if I style my hair a little bit different and fluff it up, I'm taller, because hair counts. Right? 5'7½". Okay, what's 147 centimeters? I wish my board went to that, or I'd know. Well, you wouldn't be taller than my board. What is that in feet? Yeah, you and Anna. I wish I knew. Actually, I was out with my friend Suzanne the other day. We went out for lunch and went to the Hobby Horse near Georgetown. They were having a 20% off sale, and I got too much stuff, as you will see in some patterns over here. I will show you. Actually, I probably should show you now because I will forget because I am absent-minded. But I got some beautiful, beautiful patterns to challenge myself, as well as do some videos for the live streams and stuff for finishing off our Scrappy. So hopefully you can see that. Oh. Does that make sense, hopefully? It's beautiful. It's a 24 by 24 pillow. Hold on, I'll scoot it back. I apologize. Excuse me, burping too. Anyway, it's very pretty. It's very pretty. Background fabrics and so on and so forth. Okay, there. And this right here, which is a penguin, not penguin, peacock. Okay. It's very cute. Hopefully I can get that in there. Did I do that right? Or did I move it over too far? No, I moved it over too far the other way. Okay, there we go. And it has like 3 patterns on it. It's got a couple on the back side, which I'm gonna flip over and hopefully you can see. Yeah, I'm going to do a tutorial on the pillow. It's all actually hand-drawn. I read over the patterns. It doesn't look easy, let's just put it that way. But I'm going to try my best. It's going to be a couple of shows. That's pretty detailed. So, and there's a beautiful little peacock here, and then another one with just the feathers, and it looks like a little rainbow on the inside, and it's beautiful. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so those are those 2 there, and then there was this one which was English paper piecing, and it was of the peacock head with color. So I'm very, very excited about that. And I can't wait to do that one too. It says a 20 by 20 quilt block, supply list, all measurements based on a 42-inch wide fabric. So yeah, that should be very, very interesting to do. I can't wait. So I picked up some challenges for myself because you know, you got to learn as you challenge. And those were 3 patterns I picked up, and I picked up a little bit of a rainbow kit too that my girlfriend Suzanne and I have challenged each other within a year. We both bought the same fat quarter kit, so we had to do something within it for within a year. And I'll show you. There we go. There it is. So within a year, we have to do something with this. I've got a little bit more pinks, and she's got some different blues than mine, but they are similar of the fabrics, and it is quite nice. There's 30 different fat quarters in here, same pattern, just different colors. So I can't wait. And I love peacocks too. And I thought if I had any leftover bits of my quilt project, I'd use those colors to make the pillow. But, you know, that means, I have to get on this quilt project like now, like right now, if I want it done. So, because I want to use the peacock as part of the end of our color stream. So, yeah. Well, hers was a kit, and I asked if they had another one. They said no. And then they had at least 22 of the bolts on the shelf, but not 30. So I have a couple of replicates of some yellows and some reds and some pinks and some purples and some grays, but that's okay. I think the general idea of it going together as the 30 fat quarters in the style. Can't find that green, and I can't find this green, you know, and then she looked on the shelf and says, oh, we don't have it. And I'm like, well, then I guess I'm out. So, oh, are we done again? Offline. Oh, sad, sad. I'm just gonna sit here and pout. And figure what it's all about. No, okay. I was sure it disappeared on my screen. I was very sad to see all you go. It's like, where'd they go? Thought we were hanging out today. Thank you, Tina. I don't know what it is. I'm sorry. It's not us. I'm going to say it's not us because I feel like it's not us. But, it, you know, maybe, but I'm going to say no. So I'm just going to plug away and have some fun. I can flip out. Crazy! I wanna be crazy! Doesn't take much. Pop would agree. Well, thank you, Deborah. I sounded like Dory from the movie. I went and saw that with my girlfriend Mary Jo. She dragged me off to it, well, it was obviously we got like glasses, and I got the Destiny whale stuffed animal. It's beside my monitor in the computer room. It was a good movie. We had fun. She bought me sunglasses, and I bought her a stuffed animal. So that was the one I went to she was celebrating Meghan and Harry's wedding, and she wanted to, you know, come over at 6 o'clock in the morning, and yeah, I was there. But I have to say, it was a fantastic spread. She had, you know, everything like from scones and clotted cream and, you know, freshly made jam, and oh, it was beautiful, and it was very nice, and tea and samosas and Caesars, and you know, I had a lot of tea, but I figured if I had a lot of samosas, I wasn't, not samosa, mimosa, not the food, the drink. You know what I mean. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying out here. It was good. It was good fun. It was really good fun. All right, this is the last melon that I had to finish to do this quilt, and then the rest is just putting the melons on to the ace. Don't go, please don't go. I'll be so sad. I shall cry. Like I said, it's not perfect. I've had a lot of fun with it, but by no means is it perfect. All right, so I want to finish off this row here, this one right here, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 1, 2, 3. This will be 4. So I'm going to make sure I get these, the north or the east and the west on here first, and then the south, and we'll get the south on this one here, and then we're okay. Hold on, let's put that there. And then we can have 2 rows done, and then we just need to finish up a couple more to get the 3rd and the 4th row done. And that is amazing! You know what? I don't think they would not be the person to sit there and go, oh, that seam is, you know, oh, there's a tuck in there or something like that. I think they would just be so happy that I thought of them, you know, and just, you know, and thought kindly of them and made them something just for them, sort of thing. You know, they're just that type of people. They're just very sweet and very giving, and you know, and always have been there. You know, Pop ever needed help or guidance or support or anything like that, he was there, and you know, and I knew it, and Pop knew it, and that was very nice to know. You know, it speaks volumes. All right, so that needs to go there. And I'm going to put these and these on here's. Do I want that there? Because that's close to that one. Maybe want to switch that up a bit. Add too many of those pink ones with the birdies on them too close together there. I know you may think it wasn't, but you know, it's a visual thing for me, and I need to make sure they're not too close. Okay, all right, that works. That works very well. Okay, so we'll add it onto here first. I've never done Jacob's Ladder before. That's what the whole challenge of this Scrappy Quilt adventure has been for me, is to do quilts I've never done before. Hence the Bargello and the Bear Paw and the Lone Star, and even the one I made up at the very beginning, which is something I made up of my own. I'd never done it before, but just made it up. We went. And it looks fantastic. That was the red and the gray. Red and gray and black, really, it turned it out to be. But, you know, it's hard to find just solid gray, reds all by himself. So, you know, we had to adapt. It's just the way it was. But it turned out beautifully, you know, and then, you know, the pink and the brown. I didn't have enough pink, and I knew I needed to complement it with something else. So the brown was definitely one I had thought of like that before. But my sister had, you know, many, many moons ago, probably 2008, 2007 or something like that, had said she changed the colors to her room to pink and brown. And I thought, oh, jeepers creepers, how can I make a quilt to match that? And I did. I did end up doing it. It had lots of other colors, scrappy colors too, but the two main base colors were pink and brown. So, but it was never as complex as the Bear Paw, even though that may not seem very complex. Way back when, like I said, 2007, or 11 years ago sort of thing, that was complex enough for me, right? Oh, you can find one of them. I figured she has everything. Jenny has everything. You know, she's got all the patterns. That's why I like to try and link her to some of our videos, because they're free. And, you know, you don't get any, you know, flack or trouble or something like that for, you know, displaying a pattern and how you're adapting it to your own thing, because it was free to begin with, right? So... No, I don't have the pattern for Jacob's Ladder ready. I was just going to use 2.5-inch strips. That was going to make my patches, you know, because you got the red and the, sorry, it's the black and the white. The black and white patches, and then you're going up on the angle and so on and so forth. So my dominant color is going to be white, hopefully. I think I have to compare what I have more of, really, whether it's the black or the white. And I may have to mix in some gray there. I don't know, but it's going to be the helpful being the last kind of tying off of the craft, the quilts of the rainbow collection sort of thing, because we've done quite a bit. And then I have those few little projects to do on the side, you know, to help finish up the year and stuff like that, because they're going to take a little bit. So hopefully you guys can get some of those patterns. If you're interested, I'll take pictures of them, the front and the back, and put them on the Quilt Shop Mafia, and you guys can really see in detail of these patterns. And if you really want to do them along with me, you can go and contact the person who's selling them and get it from them, okay? I know, I love Jenny. I love Jenny. Oh my gosh, I wish I could meet her and hug her. Angie, my friend from Texas, as you guys know her, Angie here. She wants to go and do a quilt retreat. And I said, we would get in so much trouble. All the three of us? Are you kidding? I think it would be so much fun, though. It really would. And I'm thinking the black and white Jacob's Ladder, black and white gray, that sort of combination would just really finish it up and look so unique. Not necessarily unique, but you know what I mean? So pretty with those colors or non-colors, as they may be, standing out on their own, you know, without the whole, you know, tan and rainbow and red and orange and, you know what I mean, sort of thing. Oh, we saw a beautiful black and yellow and white and gray quilt in the quilt shop of Hobby Horse on Friday. It was stunning. We literally saw a kit at the beginning, and I said, oh, that would make a beautiful quilt. They put everything, all the colors together, and then lo and behold, we go walk like 25 feet, and there's one hanging on the wall. And I said, there we go. They made our quilt for us. It was stunning. I love those colors. I'm going to have to do a yellow, black, white, and gray quilt. I know I do. I think it'll be lots of fun too. Yeah, so whatever pictures you want to show in the Mafia group, please do. I know it says Mafia group, but we're really not, you know, out to annihilate anybody. We're just there for fun and encouraging and having fun, fun and encouraging people to do things they want to do, and, you know, giving opinions and advice when you ask for it, because that's what we're there for, right? All right, so I pinned the one side. Let's sew that down, and then I'll pin the other. And then that's 2 rows done. Once I get the sewing on, I'm very excited. I'm very excited. So I'll have to see it on a long arm Wednesday, though it is just going to be an edge to edge. But I'm going to have to try and place it out somehow on the backing with all the curvy edgy bits. So I'll have to figure that out. Figure out what sort of backing would go best for this. Any suggestions? A big dark color, or just kind of keep a light neutral? So, not really, Beverly. We're just hanging out. I don't know when you came in, or when you left, or what have you, or when we lost you. Let's just put it that way. Not maybe when you left. We've been having internet issues today, but it's not just us; it's other people. Is there some sort of basketball game going on? Some sort of sports thing? Interrupting with my internet time. All right, so there's that one. And now I'm just going to add the other side over here. Okay. Oh, well, sorry. I'm not sure what's going on. I know dinner smells good. Dinner smells good. What's everybody making? Love to know. Because ours smells delicious. And there's 5 chicken breasts, so if anybody wants to come over, there's 2 extra breasts. Unless you want to fight with Pop, then you only get 1. Because sometimes I'm hungry, and he was working on the fence today. Both Munchkin and I and Pop were all working on the fence today, putting up the new fence. Gave the 6x6s and the 4x4s enough time to settle in with the cement, and now we're working on the fence parts. We only got 5 more little sections to go, but it does take time. And the nailer is heavy, man. I can't handle that. No way. I just fetch the wood. I'm a good fetcher. Hello, Claudette. Beautiful, lovely Claudette. Do. I love the fabric I used for the weekend project. The quilting queen of quilts. That was fantastic. It's very nice. And Munchkin loves his red and white one. He was actually wearing it as we were putting on the fence yesterday and today. Finally seeing me in person, Kathleen Crawford. You're grilling ribeyes? Okay, we're coming. We're coming. Pop and I are coming. Well, I hope you join us, Rowena, because we're going to be doing it next. Starting next Sunday. Start cutting. What are you cooking? I am cooking chicken breast in tomato sauce with chopped up potatoes and some mushrooms and a little bit of water, and I toss it in the oven to just slow cook while we're chatting and stuff, but it smells delicious. It really, really does. Cooked chicken with smashed potatoes and some green veggies. Yummy. North Carolina. My cousin, actually I got a couple cousins that live down there, and they said, you know, Laura Lynn, if you were to come down here, you'd never leave, and that's why I've always been afraid to go. Because I would just fit right in, apparently. Don't you think? I'd just fit right in? Well, I put it in the oven. I wasn't sure. The slow cooker's been acting a little funny, because it's one of those ones you can actually do, like if it was a pan fry temperatures, but in the slow cooker, and as well as do medium and slow, or high and low, sorry, for the slow cooker. So it acts a little weird sometimes. What did we have for dinner yesterday? I know I made dinner because I was craving something. Oh, we had like pizza, homemade pizza, or panzerotti, whatever you want to call it. But I made it like a not so Chicago style deep dish pizza for Pop and I. Say that 10 times fast. Not. Yeah, ground beef and pepperoni and cheese and mushrooms and fresh tomato and pineapple. Yeah, it was delicious. Empty nesters and have an extra room. Well, we're going to be on a road trip. So, hey, just take you up on that there, Miss Kathleen. Next summer, we're going on an RV road tripper all the way down to the states of Texas and back up. We're not going to go the same way we came up. We're going to go some way different. Still Lucy B. I would still cut it for you. It probably would cost as much as your cutter though, so you know, just saying. I would still, anybody. How about I make a deal with you? When we come over there, I bring the cutter. And we'll just come over to your house and cut all your fabric. I'll bring all the cutters. Oh, I like a sampler quilt. I have never done that. And I kind of feel a little bit as a quilter, like, correct me if I'm wrong here, but as a quilter, you need to at least have one sampler quilt under your belt. And I have not done one. I've done one with mixed blocks for Christmas twice, Christmas quilts, 2016, 2017. Of course, we'll do another one for 2018. But never a sampler quilt. And when I had Kathy McAfee and Jo Marie McAfee, when I had Kathy's quilt here, where there was like the Dear Jane, and looking at that and all her little squares, and to me, it was such a learning experience in the way she went along. Like, it took her 2 years to do, but she must have learned so much in those 2 years doing this one quilt, right? So I just thought it was amazing. I really thought it was amazing. Oh, I don't want those two together. Must have to turn those around. I had two of the pink ones together. That was not gonna fly. Not gonna fly. I had two of those pink D's. These two of those were gonna be together, and we can't have that. No, no, no. I have a lot on my bucket list, and that's why I thought, you know what? I'm never going to do it if I don't set out a task, and that's why when we were doing after the tree skirt at Christmas, I started doing the Scrappy because I have a lot. I have a lot in my bucket row. I'm sure a lot of people have more than I do, but to me, I have a lot for the space that I am allowed to have fabric in. It is overflowing, so I need to deal with it. So I thought, what a better way to deal with it instead of throwing it out or donating it or whatever, is do something with it. That was the point of 2018 for me, is do something with my stash, my collection that has nothing to do with the quilt shop. It's what I've collected here or people have given to me or so on and so forth. It's not the bolts I purchased to sell or sell as backings or work on as, you know, for projects for customers or anything like that. So it was a really big challenge for me to do that and trying to come up with ideas, hence the ones I'd never tried before. That was, okay, how can I pick that color to go with that quilt? Hence the purple Lone Star. I don't know why the Lone Star came the way it was, but, you know, and apparently Auntie Julie said she's a crocheter, and I did make her a crocheted circle bag way back when. There's a Long Arm Wednesday out there about the bag I made for Auntie Julie, the circle bag. All the crocheted quilts that she made for her fellow Girl Guides were stars. And I don't know why I chose the purple Lone Star for her, but I was adamant right from day one. You can even ask Pop. you know, when we were talking about the red and the orange and yellow, the purple Lone Star was what it was going to happen to be, because Auntie Julie loved purple. So, and you know, only after the fact to find out that she's had such a massive collection, with the star, the symbol itself, right? So I don't know, things work out for a reason, and sometimes you just got to go with it and just, you know, understand that, you know, there's a higher power than you there. So why did that go all the way? Oh, it was supposed to go this way. Silly. I would love to do a sampler though. There's many ones I've liked though, and I just can't make up my mind. And I think a really nice Scrappy sampler would really get me excited. So if anybody knows of a Scrappy sampler or a sampler that's got, you know, I'm looking for anywhere from 100 blocks to, you know, 150 blocks or something like that. To me, that's a good sampler. Like, that tests you in many ways, whether it be applique or stitching or, you know, seam allowance, whatever. You know, it challenges you. That's got to challenge you. And I think it would be lovely to work on for 2019. To me, I think that would be a great thing to work on as a live stream, working on the sampler quilt, as we all know. Hello, Teresa. Hello, 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 Teresa. All right, so I've sewed that on. Now I'm going to press it after I take all the pins out. Isn't that pretty? That's pretty. Oh, there we go. So we'll press that. And we'll keep sewing. And that would be 2 rows done. Uh-oh, did I miss one? Was that supposed to be there, or was that here? No. Because that's there. That was here. I feel like I'm missing an outside piece for some reason. Oh. Oh, okay, that had to be sewn. There we go. That's where I was missing. All right, put that off to the side. So this one, we're sewing the melon onto the curve. Okay. Thank you, Sharon Patmore. I'm working hard on it. I really am. I just wanted a nice, even collection of boy-girl colors. I mean, does that make any sense? You know what I mean? I know as quilters, you understand what I mean by trying to make it equal. But if you're trying to make it a matching for a couple, you don't want too many girl colors. You don't want too many boy colors. You know, if it's a boy quilt, then that's a whole other story. But I'm trying to match it for a couple who've been together for probably longer than Pop and I have been alive. So, you know, it's very. Oh, he did not like that. Oh, I missed a pin. No wonder he didn't like that. Sorry. At least it didn't break. Did he? Nope. I did not see that. For some reason, I thought it was just yellow fabric. Got caught up under there. Poor little pin. Sorry, Nomi. Abusing you. Scared me there. I literally did not see the yellow head of the pin for some particular reason. I think it was because I was looking at some other color. At least it didn't break my needle. I was sewing the strangest thing the other day, and it snapped a needle of all the things. I'm like, what? I'm like, why did you snap a needle? Like, you know, it was like hem and pants or something. I don't even know why. And there was nothing in the way of it. That's what even had me even more confused. I even looked. I'm like, okay, well, what happened here, man? Oh, okay, I had this wrong. That's why. It had to go up this way. Duh. Brain fart. Okay, so this is the 1 row and this will be the 2 row. So we need to sew along this arch and that arch to get the second one together. And then we need to build out those 2. Okay, so let's get that together. We got a green opposite each other, but I think I'm all right with that. I think I'm all right with that. It's gonna have to be. We'll sew this side first and then we'll go along. No, Domi doesn't like pins. You got that right. He was like, spit, spit up, Chuck, you know. But I don't know why I didn't see it, though. That was strange. Happens. It happens. I'm not gonna be concerned, 'cause life happens. And we have 14 actual school days left. And then we were out for summer vacay until, it's a very short summer this year, actually. I think we're only off for 8 weeks. So we come back really, like the first week of September, right after Labor Day, we are back in full rolling into school. So, and it's so cute because some of the little ones are starting to start off the end of the year with a little bit of junior kindergarten, and they're so adorable. Oh my gosh, they are so cute and so tiny. And they, you know, and they listen to you when you said, okay, can you wait just a moment, please, while I stop the traffic, instead of just walking across the street like a rebel, you know. I'm a little different where I am. I don't have any stoplights. I am literally the person who stops traffic in the middle of the highway. That is me. So I have a flashing light, and you know, but I don't. To me, it's not as complicated as Pam Baker. She's one of the fans of our channel here, and a friend of mine, as well as a fellow crossing guard at the town of Erin. She's got like 2 places to deal with on 2 sides because she's got a set of lights. So I'm not sure what's more difficult, dealing with the middle of a highway with no lights or having to deal with 2 sets of lights and people turning on you all the time. So, you know, I feel sorry for her and the stuff that she has to deal with, you know, and I'm sure she feels the same way, right? You know, I'm not saying it's an easy gig. I'm not saying it ever was an easy gig or an easy job, but it's certainly one I have enjoyed immensely. And it's nice to know that I'm finishing my 9th year. You know, when I come back in September, it'll be start of my 10th year of crossing guard. So. And it's nice to know I stuck with something more than just marriage for, you know, 10 years. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Oh, come on, you. All right. See, people know me. They know me. They got me. You know what I mean, Jelly Beans. Okay, so there's one side almost done. I just got to sew up the bottom there. But that's one first row. And then we can sew up the bottom here, and then there'll be 2 rows. And bippity boppity boo. We just got 2 more rows to do. Oh yeah, the Blazing Stars on Patreon. Yes, Karen McKenzie. It is beautiful. I'm having such a blast with it. In fact, I think it would make it out of my collection. Like, you know what I mean? I think I could bust up my collection to a way that I can make that quilt again. Sorry, by doing that pattern. I think it's lovely. It has been challenging for me, as well as, you know, really testing me on how I know how to read patterns. Or it's like, read the pattern. So it's had its moments, let's put it that way. It had its moments. Oh, all right. Just trying to line this up here. There we go. That was one I think I had to read like 2 or 3 times over, and we were out of internet that day because the internet was down. It had been down. I think it was down for the whole weekend, actually. And we even, you know, complained about it, though, you know, complaining does very little at some points. And I was like, I just cannot wrap my brain around this pattern, this one part, you know, where we were just doing, I think it was for the beginning of May. And I was having a brain fart. I just could not wrap my brain around what they were asking me to do. And then all of a sudden it went ding. And I'm like, okay, I get it. All right. Some things, patterns are like that. It's okay. Gotta take the good with the bad with everything. Yes, it's going to be a little weird come summertime when I don't have my 8:02 alarm and my 3:05 alarm to get me off to crossing guard. So, and for the first 2 weeks, I stand around and go, I feel like I'm missing something, you know, because you're so used to something for 10 months, you know, religiously, day in, day out sort of thing, except for the weekends. You know, Monday to Friday, you go at these times to go to this place, to do this job, and then, you know, you're home sort of thing. So for the first 2 weeks, I'm lost. And then after that, it's A-okay. And then when it comes back to September, it's like, oh, back to this routine. It's okay. Greetings from Germany. Beautiful Germany. I would love to go. I cannot wait. And when we go, we're going to hang out with Helly in Denmark, and we're going to go and see a bunch of places all the way around there and hang out with a bunch of people, and we will let everybody know when we go over there. So it's the States next summer, and then we're going to try for the UK the summer after that. So for 2020, we're going to go the UK, Amsterdam, Denmark, Germany. I'd like to go all the way, like a big, huge scoop around. So, you know, save your pennies, because we're going on an adventure. And I want to include everybody in it. I want to have fun. I want to see where you are, what you do, where you live, what you do, anything, everything. All of it. Pop and I are going to come and hang out with you. So be prepared. Are we? Exactly. We are. He loves these surprises. Don't let him fool you. Don't let him fool you. He loves them. Fort Plant, Kansas. I've never been there. Can't say I have. I don't think I've been anywhere in Kansas, actually, which is kind of a disappointment. I would kind of wish I had. That is not being a flat center there. I think I'm going to have to quilt the death out of you, for sure. All right, so there we go. We got 2 rows. We only got 2 more to go. And that is not at all flat, but that's okay. We're just going to wing it, because we can. All right. And we're enjoying the adventure of the double wedding ring Scrappy Quilt. All right, now, all right, so we need to do these 2 right here to finish those off. Hello, Lenny. Hopefully that's how you say your name. All right, so we need this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Oh. Okay, so if we have you here, and you there, and you here, okay, and then there. Okay, do I want those D's, which are, you know, the D's are the 4-pack that kind of meet up in the center here. Do I want all those D's going where they are? Kind of like, there we go. That's a bit better. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these 3 right here, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little strip together, and then I'm going to add it to the bottom of what I got going on here, okay? I would love instant teleportation. It would be so fantastic if they could just invent it. Hello, Tanya. You're welcome. Just 3 at the time. Don't have that much space. You have to come in sections. Sunny, Port Sunny Light in the Wirral anytime. Linda Taylor. Oh, we're coming, Ellie. We're coming to see you. You've been the biggest fan and everything right from the get-go. We're coming to see you. 2020. That's #1 on my list. The summer of 2020, we're coming to see you. I wonder if we can bring our bikes. That would be nice, wouldn't it? We can all just bike ride together around Copenhagen and stuff like that. That would be lovely. What a way to see the tour. We just be able to take our bikes. All right, so I'm going to sew, like I said, this melon, this A piece, this melon, this A piece, and this melon all together in the row to finish up the 3rd row. And then we'll work on the 4th, and then we'll call it a show. But we better get working here. We're not going to get anything done. I have an electric assist scooter, and you sure can. Is that what you're meaning? I will let people know when we're going over, and if you want to go over as a group on a plane or something like that, happy to. Let's go as a party. Woo! Heck yeah! Let's rock it. Let's have some fun. Life is short. It's so full of stress on so many times and so many occasions, you know, like, make your plans now. That's what I'm trying to let you know. We're going over there from Canada over there to Europe, to Copenhagen, to Denmark, to Amsterdam, to in Germany, to Switzerland. I want to see it all. I'm only here for a certain period of time, and by golly, I'm going to see it. You could certainly hitch a ride. I squishy my luggage. Shh. I would probably on our way out, Beverly. Actually, on our way out over, we'd probably do a little pit stop either on the way back or the way out to Newfoundland, because that's certainly one I'd like to go to. I'd actually travel by RV to Newfoundland. That would be my ideal. Across on the ferries and stuff like that. I think it would be beautiful. I haven't seen that part of our beautiful Canadian territory yet, so I've seen from the west all the way over to Ottawa, and that's about it. And that's just because I've driven from here to Ottawa. That was about a 6-hour drive. And I have to say, I was very panicky. I'll give you a little secret. Because I'd never driven that way before. I left at 4 in the morning, I think. Pop will confirm with me. I think it was like 4 in the morning or 3:30 in the morning. I was so excited to visit my girlfriend, Kimberly, which is her birthday today, actually. So happy birthday, Kimberly. She's probably not watching, but that's okay. To meet her in Ottawa because she was there for business. And I was so excited, and then as I'm like puttering away on the highway, jamming to the tunes, I see this sign that says, "To the U.S. bridge," or border crossing, and I'm like, well, didn't I leave that behind me? Not realizing there was another border crossing, you know, up and around the lakes, of course, right, on the other side of Toronto, going up the other way. So I literally thought for about 5 minutes there I was going in the wrong direction all this time. Because I'm like, what? Because I've never been that way before. It's all learning experience, right? So after it made me laugh. But, and I was so happy because I actually surprised my girlfriend early. She wasn't expecting me until like noon or 1 o'clock, and I showed up at like 10 a.m. just ready to party the whole day away because, you know, I knew I wasn't going to see her for very long, or, you know, I only had like 2 or 3 days with her. It was probably going to be several years before I saw her again. Come to St. John's. Awesome. Nice to know. Nice to know you'll be there for us. I don't think that quite went as I had planned. Where's my seam ripper? Whoa! I need a seam ripper. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah? That would be cool. Munchkin didn't go anywhere. I think he went to Montreal, and that was about it on his little tour, but that was like grade 9 or something like that. He didn't go anywhere else as he was older. I don't think he wanted to go. I'm not sure exactly the case, but I know when he was gradding in the year he was gradding for grade 12, they had a trip to Ireland, and I really, really wanted him to go, but, you know, it was pretty costly, but, you know, and you had to be part of a group or something like that to be able to go, and yeah, he wasn't. So, but I thought it would be a nice little fun experience. Considering we lived in the, you know, in the UK and you know, spent a lot of time in Scotland as well. Oh, it's beautiful, Diane. Diane 57. It is beautiful. Okay. I think that was there, wasn't it? Hopefully. If not, oh well. Scooby-Doo-Doo, oh well. All right, now we're going to add this one, and then we'll press. It lines up okay. How old is Munchkin? He's 22. He turned 22 in March. He's still trying to find his way, and I am still trying to have patience. I am. I really, really, really am. It's okay. Love him dearly. He's the only one. Thanks for asking, Anne. Yep. He will figure himself out at some point in time. I'm hoping it's sooner than the later. Because right now he's done nothing since he's left high school. Nothing. He doesn't work. He helps when I ask him to. Honestly, he really does. In the yard, the mowing, the fence, the chicken coops, the whatever needs to be done, he's there to help. Though it is on his time, not necessarily my timeline. You know, I'm up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock every morning, and I feel that the chickens should be out then, not at like well after when I get back from crossing guard, which is like 9:30 or something like that. And to me, that doesn't benefit the chickens at all. So it kind of irritates me, but you know, we all have our battles. Yes, he's still young. That's a big munchkin. He will always be my munchkin, always, because he's the only one. He will always be the munchkin. And I thought maybe when he started to get, you know, to looking me in the eye sort of thing, I shouldn't be calling him Munchkin, but he will always be Munchkin to me. He thinks he's taller, but when I put my shoes on, he's not. Yeah, you're still a munchkin, exactly. You're always still munchkins, no matter what. I'm sure I'm still my mom's munchkin. Though she just called me a pain in the butt, really. Yeah, you call him Kiddo, exactly. Kiddo. You'll always be Kiddo. Kiddo, munchkin, troublemaker, you know. Not that he really is a troublemaker. He really isn't. You know, speaking with my girlfriend Sandra this morning and her neighbors and what she's dealing with them and so on and so forth. They got a few kids. You know, I'm thankful. I really am. I'm thankful for my munchkin that, you know, likes to live in the basement and doesn't cause trouble and wreck people's property and, you know, things like that. I'm happy he is where he is, you know, and he's not being a ruckus or a nuisance to the neighborhood, because there's so many of those little buggers. Sorry, probably shouldn't have said that. That are. So you were always wondering. He turned 22 March 22nd. So Yep. I know. They'll always be your babies. Big sappies. Do. All right, just pinning up the side, arch on here. Pinning the A to the arch. Trying to finish out row number 3 before we finish out row number 4 and call it a show. And then next week it's Jacob's ladder. And we're going to make the patchworks easy peasy, like 2.5-inch squares. And I suspect it's going to be a fair size. It's not going to be a small quilt. We'll do 3 episodes on it and see where I go. You know, I'm going to have to cut it all first and then do some sewing and figure out how I want it. We have physically 14, like if you're talking Monday to Friday, 14 school days left. And then we're done. We're done on the 28th of June. Like I said, we go back early. We're only got 8 weeks off this year. Sometimes it's 9, sometimes it's 9.5, you know, but, you know, this year it's only 8, so. Hello, Margaret. Haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, good morning. Good morning. We're working on it. I'm doing row 3. I'm doing row 3. I'm going to press this a little bit, and then I'm going to add the last little chunk on the back end here, and then it'll be row 3 almost done, so. There's no place for kids that are a bit shy. No. No. Some can be, though. You know, some just ignore you. I got one little munchkin. His name's Jeffrey. He and his 2 older siblings go to school. And this year was his first year. And I'd always say to him, hey, how was your day? How'd it go? And you just see it's a thumbs up or thumbs down or whatever. You know, I try to make it, you know, comical and fun for the kids. And he just ignores me day after day. I try. His mom just shrugs her shoulders. The other 2 will respond to me, but this little one, he does not. He just runs right past me, doesn't even think I'm there or nothing, right? He's funny. So, and he gets driven. So, oops, it's not like he has to cross with me or anything. But yeah, he's a riot. He is a riot. And then I know he was having troubles at school. He wasn't getting along with some of the kids, and he wasn't having fun, you know, because he thought school was much more fun than it was, you know, when he goes from junior kindergarten to kindergarten. You know, it's a little bit more serious, and because you got to get to grade 1 and stuff. It's been interesting. Like I said, the siblings say hi to me, but he's got nothing for me. Oh, they're out there already in California? Yeah. Well, when did they go back, though? Because we're right after Labor Day. We're the Tuesday right after Labor Day, which is a Monday holiday. So when do your guys' go back? I'm kind of curious. It's got to be like in regards to temperature-wise, I would think, because those are our hottest months, are the ones that they have us off. So especially August. And they don't air condition the schools here at all. So. Oh, they're out there too? Yeah? Yeah, 14 more days, 28th. 28th is a Thursday. So 2 weeks from this Thursday, they'll be done. So, well, and more so for the high school students because they write exams and stuff. So, but I'm talking for my, you know, for my elementary kids and stuff like that. And you know, they don't call it junior high school here, but they did where I grew up. August. Right before right before Labor Day. Oh, that surprises me. So go to school and then you get a holiday. I like that. All right, adding the last little melon part here to attach to the last of row 3. And we are making some serious progress here on our double wedding ring quilt. And I've had a blast doing it. And it really hasn't been that hard with the cutter. I think the cutter has very much aided me in the way that I felt comfortable and confident in making the pieces and sewing them together. And stitching them together, it really has. It's made me confident knowing I just line up these little notches here, line up that little notch there, bibbidi-bobbidi-boo, Bob's your uncle, you're done. So, Man does Tuesday after Labor. Oh, June and start in August. Oh. Oh, 6 week off? Yeah, that seems to me about right. I'm all for the all day. Not all day, but the all year school where you have, 2 weeks off here, a week off there, 2 weeks off here, a week off there, so on and so forth. I think that helps break it up because I think 6 weeks without any constant education of reading, writing, arithmetic, crafting, whatever, throws the kids off. It throws them off into a schedule where they're not even thinking about those things anymore, and they really do need to. I am all for, as much as I love my summers off being a crossing guard, I still, if it went to all year, I'd still do it very happily. I really, really would. So, okay. So now we have the third row almost done. We just need to pin, do a little loopy, loopy loop here. So let's do these two first because that's quite some dramatic little loopy loops here, and then we'll do the side part, okay? Out in June, starts in August, yeah. I don't know, I don't know. It's just me. What do I know, right? I'm just a crossing guard. I'm just a crossing guard, cross the kids. But I love teaching them how to do, especially the new ones. They're so unsure. They don't know how to act. And they don't know what to do. They don't know where to stand. They don't know where to, And of course, my lines in my walkway or my workplace or whatever are really faded. So I have to make a note to make sure to, my last paste up, renew my lines before, come September. So for my place. The toughest thing is stopping the big trucks. And sometimes you never know when you go to walk out with your stop sign is flashing stop, are they going to stop? They've got some momentum behind them. I try to give them enough time to stop. It's not like I give them short notice on a big truck. I know this. I know what's got to happen. So, that sort of thing, you get used to, right? So, what's up, Popey? Hello, Popey Lopes. You want people to say hi to you? Come here. People want to say hi to the Popey. Come here. We had such a good adventure this morning. Don't lick my toe. Come here. Hey. Come here. Come here. Come here. Up. I want to see you. There we go. There's the Popey. Come on. Up higher. Up higher. Come. Up here. There we go. There's the Popies. There's the Pope. Oh, because I called her. You know who else is coming to say hello? Right, Popey. I know her name is Sophie, but I love calling her Popey. I don't know. Yes, you're such a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Come here, Trouble. Come on. Let's go. He's still waking up from his nap. He may be a few more minutes. Maybe after I sew this seam, he might be interested in coming up and saying hi to all his fans. I tell people when they come over and they go, oh yeah, we got 7,000 plus, fans of the YouTube channel, and Mr. Clive, he's got his own fan base, and they look at me and go, I go, yes, he does. He does. He's got his own fan base. Actually, you can't see it because it's up there too high, but I'll put it here. There. He's got his own fan base. They think it's funny. Yeah, I called Sophie Popey Lopey, Sophie Lopey, whatever, because she's so sweet and adorable. She's so sweet. Now she's laying on her bed. The bed I made her. Mr. Clive is causing trouble where he shouldn't be sitting. He is sitting because he's just a rebel cat. Do 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 do. Don't put pins in your mouth. Oh my gosh, have I told you? How many times have I told you not to put pins in your mouth? Why don't you listen to me? Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Okay, now we did that little bitty bob. Looks like we got a bit of a fold in there, so we need to deal with that. Just a little one, no big deal. Tarantulas, do they, because they are growing? What? Where did tarantulas come into this? What? Huh? Oh, hugs to Sophie. Thank you, Angie. Sophie loves her hugs. Like I said, she had a great adventure today off in the middle of nowhere, off her lead. So she was totally excited to be out puttering around. So, and she loves kids, and she loves my girlfriend Sandra's kids. So both of them, she just adores. In fact, she was following the older one, majority of the way. She was kind of pretty much right side by side with him the last part of the last half of our little adventure. She was pretty much side by side with him, just, you know, keeping him, I don't know whether it was keeping him company or she was leading the pack or what she had going on, but I thought it was really cute that, you know, her and the older one were, you know, just hanging out, because he knows her from here, from my house, right? So, you know, it was nice to see his dog get along with my dog, you know, because you want that, right? You want your, you know, when you meet friends with people, and you want your animals to get along together so you can hang out together. So next time I go and have a fire, you know, go for their fire barbecue, you know, invite or something like that, I know I can take Sophie and you know, and the dogs will be just fine, right? They're not going to be any issues. There's not going to be any fighting. There's no dominance going on, you know. They're quite friendly. So for some reason the purple just folded over there a smidge, but we fixed that. Yes, please show your animals in the Mafia group. Please do. I love all that, cats and dogs and whatever. You know, show your children if you want. I'm kidding. If that's who your animal is. All right, so now we need to do this side over here, the last part of row 3. Oh, is it buffering? It's been a pain in the butt all day, I think, so sorry about that. Not much I can do about it. You can just hang out here, keep you company. Do. Would Pop do me the favor of turning off the oven? Please and thank you, because I believe our dinner is done. We'll just leave it in there to cook, but if you would be so kind as to turn it off. Thanks, Pop. Appreciate it. Awesome, because it's been like an hour and a half at least already at 300 degrees, so I am sure it is done. And it could just stay in there in a nice warm oven until we are ready to consume it. Yeah. All right, pin this side, and then we sew, and that's row 3 done. And then we just have a little bit of work to do on row 4. And then really, like I said, it's going to be a long arm Wednesday. It's going to be a edge to edge. Nothing too exciting. Pop's cam doesn't really want to work anymore with his computer and the running of the new camera or the old camera or whatever. It does a reboot. So unfortunately, until we earn enough money to get a new tower for Pop, you won't be able to see him. So please join us on Patreon. That makes it happen a whole lot faster. Really it does. Because unfortunately, it's like $1,500 to $2,000 to get a new tower for Pop to work with. So, you know, if not a little bit more, but you know, unfortunately, that's the way it goes. It didn't want to work. Every time we put his camera up, it would reboot, it would stop, and so we found that out a couple of weeks ago, and we tried it again, and it still was doing the same thing. So we just thought, okay, well, we just need to get a new tower for a pop, and that'll just have to come when we can afford it. So click the clog. I shouldn't be blurry. I should be A-OK, perfectly clear. If you click your clog, you put me at the HP or whatever it needs to be, okay? So there's 3. I just need a little bit, one more section here to do right down here. Just put them together. Arches are tricky, but if you line them up where you got them, because you got that little point in the middle, and then you have the middle of the arch. Everything okay?
Somebody's asking about fun and done.
Fun and done?
Yeah, a fun and done quilt. I don't know what it is. So.
I have no idea either. What's a fun and done quilt? Pop says you're asking. Now I need to know. Fill me in. Educate me, please. What are you talking about? Could I try and stitch the one on Nomi? Oh, this one? Oh, you mean the double wedding ring? Probably. Easy peasy. I could. I could just do like free motion swirl or something on it. Is that what you're looking for to see, Holly? I could do that if that's what you want. I could certainly do that. I could do that. Pitter pat, I could do that. Like quilt as you go. Yeah, that would be, yeah, of course you'd be all done at that point, but it's not very big, you know, so it would definitely be doable within my domestic Nomi here. So for sure. Though it is a big domestic Nomi, but it's still a Nomi. Not the camera, maybe it wouldn't work on pop sew on. Okay, whoa. Fun and done is when you go to the quilt shop and make something and you are done in a day. Oh. Well, we could certainly do that. Something like a small project we could do within a couple of hours of a live stream from beginning to start. Save the pattern or share it ahead of time so everybody's ready to go and we can sew it all together. That sounds like a great idea. That'll be after Jacob's ladder then. That's what we'll do. Try and do a little bit more of a bust our scraps. Aw, thank you very much. I'm almost done the 3rd row. I think I am actually done the 3rd row. Hold on here. Just needs a press and a love, and I think we're done. There we go. What do we think of that? It's getting there. It's getting there. Very colorful. As much, I didn't think it was going to be this colorful. I really didn't. But seeing it in the small camera, and then looking over here, and then looking at it, I'm thinking, wow, that's a lot. Hopefully it's not too much, though. You know what I mean? Okay. So now we just have the final row. Let's give this some press and love, though. Because we only have, what's that, 1? Yeah, okay, there we go. Maybe I should be short. Maybe short a melon. Well, let's see where we go. Heedy, heedy, hide, ho. Let's see where we go. Okay. It's looking pretty. Good enough to be like a little cuddle blanket or, you know, like something to say, like throw over the couch or something like that. I think it would definitely be doable for sure. Okay, so do. Okay, so if that's 1, 2, 3, this would be here and here. Okay, and then we need a melon in the middle. Oh, I'm very excited to be able to almost finish this. I really, really am. It's been such an adventure. Such, not necessarily stressful adventure, but just say an adventure. Let's just put it that way. Here and here. Does that go there? I might be missing one of the bottoms, but that's okay. We can always make that up afterwards. All right. Okay. Quick little break. Potty break. I'll be right back. I'm just going to turn my microphone off. Sunny out here today. The lilacs are done in bloom, unfortunately, but I'm glad I did enjoy them when I could. That's for sure. Just gonna shut the kitchen window here. For some reason, the AC has kicked in. There we go. Beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. All right, now kind of want to add these the way they need to go. So let's do on this side and work our way from left to right, just as if we were reading a book, left to right. Okay. What's up, honey? Is everything okay?
The mic's going.
Mic's going.
Battery power.
I don't know what you want me to do about that.
Where'd you put the extra battery?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Do your sign language thing.
It's coming. I'm sorry. I don't know. Oh, you mean that one's going? Oh, okay. Because I thought they were pretty fresh in my own pack. So. That's me. Mother Nature calls, man. Mother Nature calls. You had to pee. All good? Is the sound back? Is the sound back?
Yeah, yours is going to go soon too.
Apparently, I talk too much and talk too long on these live streams, and I kill my batteries. Who'd have thunk it? Fortunately, I don't think I have any extra backup ones because I misplaced the charger for the first ones in my fabric stash. You guys know where I'm coming from. You hide something in there thinking, yeah, it's a safe place. And then you turn things around and don't know where it went. We all good? This says okay. So far, so good. Do, 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 do. Do, do. All right, I'm sewing some more. Sewing some more. All right, I'm gonna sew these two edges on right here. Okay, and that's gonna help finish up our 4th row, our very 4th row. Very excited about that. Yeah, exactly. I hear you, Karina. I said to Papa I'd find it last week, and I didn't find it last week. I clearly need to find it this week. I had a lot of grad dresses this week. It was very stressful. Grad dresses are stressful. But I think if you guys wanted to see this as a something I stitched up on the domestic machine instead of the long arm, we could totally do that. Maybe that could be next live stream, is finishing up this quilt like we did with the Christmas quilt. We finished it up here on the domestic machine. So if what's the verdict on that? Long arm or domestic machine for finishing out this double wedding ring? I'm just going to do it edge to edge though. I'm not going to do anything fancy or anything. I'm just going to fill it in all the way. So you guys pick. I think I laugh at talking too much. Oh, I'm very excited to get this finished. Very excited to get this finished. And if you guys were ever questioning a studio cutter or an AccuQuilt cutter before, I suggest it, you know, especially if you really think you're going to be doing multiples of them, which I will be of this double wedding ring. Of course, it's going to be, you know, one that's in my repertoire for quite a while. You know, go for it. Make the investment. You're going to save yourself a lot of time and anguish by just getting it all cut out and you sew it together, matching the tabs. Like, how easy can it be? Really? So, okay, so that's going to go on that side. This is going to go on this side first, and then we'll attach it to this side, okay? And I was going to say, wait, we're missing a few pieces here. We're getting there. Thank you very much, Angela Heron. Thank you very much. I'm working on it. I'm trying to make it pretty. It's kind of hard to when you think you got the Scrappy collection in your mind and you're not sure whether it's all going to play together when you shove all the fabrics together. So as much as I was anticipating it would look nice and it would look pretty, you don't really know until the end. You know, that's the risk you take when you do a project like this, or any sort of project, really. You don't know how it's going to look until you start working on it, and you put that effort into figuring out what you got to do to make it, you know, what it is, right? So, and following curves has never been my favorite thing to do, but between the clamshell and this one, I think I've learned a lot. And I'm very grateful for the learning process and the skills I learned along the way. Oh, stuck on the enter button? Whoops. Love the relaxing sound of a long arm. I was just going to do an edge to edge, just stitch something very nice, like maybe even a feather, one of my beautiful feathers that Walt does so lovely. Get one of those to stitch out on it, and I think that would look just beautiful, more than what I could do for it. So, I think, anyways. We're almost there. I've been very much enjoyed the journey. like I said, I've learned a lot. Some of what to do, what not to do, and how to, you know, kind of fib a little bit or fudge a little bit. Thank you, Angela. Robin said the same thing. She really liked the tan because it made the colors all pop. And I was really appreciative of that, you know, because, you know, you just never know when you start something, whether it's somebody's going to like it or not, right? You always take that risk. You put yourself out there in such a vulnerable position when you make something for somebody, and, you know, you're not necessarily looking for praise, but you're looking for maybe, you know, recognition and thankfulness of the product or the, you know, the task that's been, you know, taken on to get it done, right? So, oops. Those inner curves do not seem to like me very much. Where's my seam ripper? There we go. Kind of looped over just on this last little edge is like 5 or 6 stitches. Folded under. Come here, you. Don't make me fight you. I don't know. I try to learn something out of every project. That's, you know, why we do them. You know, I love the headband, the skull cap from yesterday. I thought that was fantastic. It has so many uses for it. You know, somebody who's follically challenged to somebody who's going through cancer. You know, it's definitely a tough gig. I don't wish that on anybody. But, you know, at least you have something that can help brighten the, you know, the transfer between, right? What's Claire? What? Who must be busy? Sorry, did I not answer something? I apologize if it was me and hasn't answered anything. Okay, there we go. That's much better. That looks much better. Let's give this a little press and love. Much better. There we go. Okay. Now, I want to attach those two together. The bottom row is going to be very funky as we're going along, but we're working it. We're working it. That's how I work it. Yeah, exactly. Those caps are fantastic. Keeps the sweat out of your eyes, keeps your hair out of the food or on the dishes or whatever. You know, there are many, many uses for them. You know, you just have to really think about the process and, you know, and who can benefit from it. And you'd be very surprised. You know, there'd be a lot more than you think of. Okay, pin that. Pin that. Okay, now come around the side. Very much looking forward to Jacob's Ladder. It's one I have not tried myself. Though, you know, patches are, you know, pretty easy to put together, but, you know, still the whole process of putting it on and, you know, oops, making it what it's supposed to be. Oops, dropped a pin. Sorry. Coming back. All right, so put that one on, and that's almost 2 blocks done, and then we've got 3 and 4 to do, and then we're done. This quilt top, this flimsy, that's what they call them when they're not done all the way, is a flimsy, right? Oh, don't worry about it. It's in the oven. Keep them warm. It's fine. It's not going anywhere. I'd rather hang out with you guys anyways. I can eat afterwards. Pop agrees. I'm not starving. I had leftover pizza panzerotti, not quite Chicago style pizza last night. Homemade. It was delicious. while Munchkin and I were working on the fence. So I am not starving. I got a bit of reserve. I'm okay. My girlfriend once, at one of her little campfires she'd have in her backyard, says to me, we were talking about survival, and this is probably about 5 or 6 years ago, and she made a joke one night, because her and her husband are very slim, and she says, oh, well, if it came to like a zombie apocalypse, don't worry, we'd eat you first. I was like, wait a second here, what? What are you talking about here? And she made this joke about me being full of flavor. I'm like, wait a second, back this boat up here, man. Nobody's eating who? Nobody's cannibalizing anybody here. She had me worried that, you know, zombie apocalypse, man, I'm running for my life because the neighbor's coming to get me. All right, there we go. There's that too. Now let's get these two. Very excited. And of course, I'm very excited to start the next project too, because it's always been a massive, fun adventure along the way. Yeah, I love it. And join the, go on to the Mafia Facebook group too, and you'll find that you'll have lots of connections with people there too, as well. You'd be very surprised. All right, so here we go. Feedy, feedy, fighty, fo. There we go, I like that one there. All right, so let's try. Let's put him on here, and him on there, and him on there, and then him on there, and then we got one more section to go. Okay. All right. Woo! We got this. We got this. We got this. Da-na-na, we got this. Oh, yeah. There we go. That's better. It's always the fourth row is always the toughest, because you just got to finalize everything in your mind, right? Oh, hopefully you do, Helly. Hopefully you do. That would be fun. I'd love to see people's in the Mafia group of what they're doing and going on. Like I said, I'm going to cut blacks and whites. Pull all my stash between, you know, white on whites, black on blacks, whatever, you know, shaded blacks, tans of blacks, whatever goes on. I'm going to pull those colors, and then we'll pull in gray if we need it. But if I don't think so. I think I've got quite a stash collection that I can do something with just black and white. If we, like I said, if we absolutely need something, then I will pull in some gray. Okay. But black and white it is. And I'm very excited because I don't think I've ever actually done a black and white quilt before. So this has me very excited to and anticipated for this sort of fun stuff. Aw, thanks, Tina. Hopefully you mean me. If not, I don't know who you're talking about. Okay, pinned everything up, and I got my little edge to edge there, pinning around the curve, going from the outer corner of the A around the arch, matching up at that little notches where it's the halfway point, and then just keep on puttering down. Puttering. And I appreciate everybody watching and liking and subscribing and sharing with your friends and checking us out on Patreon and helping us support there. You know, it is greatly appreciated, and it helps to go so much further than we ever thought we could. Let me just tell you that. Okay. Okay, here's that, and that's tucked in there. So now we get to keep puttering along here. So let's do this one. Oops. And this one. Let's do the side one here. We're working on the 4th row. Ah. Thanks, Claire. Big hugs and loves to everybody. We're just here to help support people. You know, there's no criticism going on here. There's no, oh, you missed that, or that looks ugly, or that's puffy in the center, or anything like that. You know, we know making a quilt is hard work for somebody. You know, when you're trying to take on something as a challenge, as a double wedding ring. I did some posts into Quilt Canada and quilting, or I think it's just quilting in general. And a lot of people were like, oh, how did you do that? Oh, mine looks horrible, or so on and so forth. And I've offered to help. I've offered to help in any way I can. And I've told them, you know, I've used my kit cutter and, you know, and just made it scrappy as much as possible. And if they had any questions, I'm here to help. Like, let me help you. If yours isn't working out well, it looks horrible, how can I help you with making yours look better, you know? I want to help. You know, I'm proud of the work I've done, but I also want to help people out, others, to overcome their difficulties. Like, maybe, are they hand stitching it together? Do they not have little notches? Are they cutting out a pattern that they use like a piece of cardboard for? Like, you know, what's the story? I need to know what behind it so I can understand, right? Suburban hillbilly. Thanks for the Facebook addiction. We're happy to help. You know, wherever we can. We're just a helping crowd. Okay, let's put that there. And then we only got a couple more to add on. And we are rocking and rolling. We're rocking. Hopefully you stick around a little bit today. Maybe a little bit long. But we're going to finish this double wedding ring out. Let me tell you. We're going to finish it till it's a nice little flimsy top. Just keep on sticking it out. We'll get there, I promise. And it may take a long time to upload because unfortunately Facebook is like that. It doesn't like us uploading stuff because it takes too long for longer videos. But just be patient. Within a day or so, you can see the whole video back up again. Because I usually don't get to actually watch it until sometime either Monday afternoon or Tuesday morning. I try to watch it a little bit before, you know, we have my tea, chat with Pop, we have breakfast, off he putters to his work, off I putter to my work, you know, that sort of thing. And then I watch a little bit more on the Wednesday and the Thursday and so on and so forth. And that's where I've missed some of your suggestions and comments and encouragements, and I appreciate it. I really, really do. You know, keep at it. It helps me. It helps everybody. You know, encouragement goes a long, long way. It really does. All right, so lining that up under there. May have to attach the bottom to that one. All right, we got one more to go here. So that's the upper and the outer on this here. Oops. Okay. Stick this little guy on the end here. And this fourth row is coming along really, really well. I'm very excited by it.
How are you finishing it?
What do you mean, how am I finishing?
How are you going to finish the quilt? There's a question.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I want to look. How are you going to finish the quilt? Are you adding background to create straight edge, or are you following the curves? I'm following the curve, figuring it out. We talked about that in the first of the video, that I did think about, Pop and I and Munchkin were kind of hashing it out a little bit to figure out whether maybe I should add a tan line and then maybe a strip of colored to go around all the way to bulk it up a bit. But the traditional way to do a double wedding ring is to keep the curve on the outside. So that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. It's only 16. It's only 16 blocks or 16 centers. But I think it's still going to make a good fair size little lap quilt or something to cuddle on the couch with or have a nap with or whatever. My destination wasn't to make something for their bed. It was to make something for them and to try something new and adventure along the way and learn and progress. And use my cutter. I had my cutter. I know I had the double wedding ring for this. So I thought, what better way to do it for people that we love and care about, which is, you know, Uncle Bob and Auntie Donna. So... But yeah, it'll just be curved. And we're talking about doing a scrappy bias cut border or binding. So that is definitely going to be in the play of it. So it will be a longer Wednesday with just being quilted up with an edge to edge. And then I will try and do another little section after that, either videotaping or just be pictures on how I finish up the binding on it to make the, you know, to border it up sort of thing, right? Okay. All right. All right, fourth row's almost done. So exciting. So very exciting. Very, very exciting. Making some progress. Making some progress. I haven't finished a quilt and oh, what? Oh my gosh, what's up? If you can't finish them, send it to me. I'll quilt them up. I'm happy to help you. Happy to help you. Let me show you Walt and all the things that he can do. He's pretty special too. All right, trying to finish the fourth row here. Just trying to putter along between the ups and downs and so on and so forth. That's how I'm kind of doing this row. And lining up and pinning as I go so I can get this sewn down and then stitched together and we feel like we actually did something today. All right, so let's sew those two. I've got those two ones to sew, this one, and that's going to help finish up the bit of bottom of my fourth row, okay? All right, woo! Sorry, got a little itch in my eye. Have you done a crumb quilt? No, I have not. Actually, Robin has really encouraged me, Robin for RS Alley Crafts, has really encouraged me to do a crumb quilt. And I think I'm going to use that, pardon me, phone book that I got at the beginning of the year for all the stuff around here. Nobody uses the phone book anymore. And then put the fabric on that and stitch it up. Why not? So that'll be my crummy quilt. That'll probably be the last to finish up 2018 December area. You know, November, December will probably be like a really not crummy, but you know what I mean, a crumb quilt. Do. All right, so this other one here. And then we just have a few more pieces to add to finish off our fourth row of our double wedding ring of 16 centers, 16 blocks. I'm not sure what you really want to call it, but there's 16 of these unique shaped centers in here, okay? Almost, and I appreciate you sticking around. We're almost there for Uncle Bob and Auntie Donna. Okay, now we need, let's do this one in here, because that's an up. And then this one's a down, so we'll have to do one over on this side. Okay, got some tweaking to do here, but we can get her done. We can get her done, don't you worry, we can get her done. I will pin it and we will sew it and we will get it done. No worries. Just stick it out to the end. You know you got this. You wanted to hang out with me longer today. I heard you. I know I heard you. So, you know, you just like sit there and just be good. I'm kidding. We're gonna pin this and it's gonna look beautiful. All right, matching those D's up. Love the notches. The notches have made this go so much smoother when I thought I was confused or I didn't know quite things were where they're supposed to be going or what have you, but the notches save the day. I have to say that. They really do. Because you're like, oh, well, they go right here, silly. Don't be goofball. They go right here. Almost there. Ow, that poked my finger. Owie. Almost there. Oh, that didn't quite get where it was supposed to go on that red one. So let's backtrack there a little bit. Fold it over just a smidge. There we go. Okay. Now, that's that done. Let's add this little bit on here. Okay, let's actually press this a little bit because I think I needed to press one of them here. Hold on. We're getting there. It's getting there. I have to say it's very complex for the amount of time that I have spent on it. You do need to allow a lot. You know, I've spent many hours on, you know, either cutting and sewing and pressing or so on and so forth. So you really do need to allot for that time line-wise when you're doing some sort of a project like this, because the more complexity it is, the more complex it is, sorry, the more time it's going to take you, right? So you have to think of it as in that way. Okay. Okay, so there's 3 rows. We're just trying to get the last of the 4th row done here. Okay. All right, so this we're going to go under here. So we need 1, 2, and this one. Okay, we're going to have to put on this. Okay, so let's do this here. Turn that around. Got to attach this to the top of this 4th row before we pretty much, I think we only had to add 2 on the bottom, and then we're rocking and rolling. Rocking and rolling. There, put that way. I like that better. I had too many polka dots hanging out next to each other. It's just not allowed. Polka dots cannot hang out together. So says the quilter people. Do, 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 do. Hello, Lee Allen. Happy you're here. Happy everybody's here to party. Working on the double wedding ring. Love the little notches and makes you know where you gotta go. Okay, now let's put that curve in, and then let's move this down a little bit, and then we really only have, what do we got going on here? 1, 2, 3, 4 to go. Oh, you know, I thought I was short one. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to add the 3, and I'll have to make a 4th one up on the fly. Because that's 1, 2. Oh, no, actually it's here. Oh, my mistake. I did do enough. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're done. Ooh. Do. All right, so let's finish this, which I think was one of these getting pinned together here. Yeah, let's pin that together, and then we'll add the 4 bottom little melons, and then we'll add it to row 3, and then we're done. And I really, really appreciate you guys sticking this out to the end, and I'm sorry about the little technical issues in the beginning, but you know what? That is just the way the internet trolls you. Alright, so finishing this last melon here. Then we'll add the 4 along the bottom and then attach it to row 3. And then we are done with our 16 double wedding ring circles, I guess. I don't know. Would you call them that? Call them rings? Call them late for dinner? What would you call them? San Antonio, Texas. Where's that? Obviously in Texas. Sorry. Pismo Beach, California. California. All right, so we need to put 4 more of these bottom ones in, and then we'll attach the 4th row to the 3rd row, and bibbidi bobbidi boo, Bob's our uncle. We're done. Oh, hi, Clive. Would you like your time? Are you talking to the peoples? Hi. Meow. Would you like to say hello to the peoples? Come here. You know where you gotta go. Hello, Clive. Hey. Here, let me pin this and then I will hug you. He's already trying to get on my lap. He's already tried twice now. Come on. Come on. Up here. I know. Come on. Come on. You want to see the peoples? Then get up on the lap. That's how it rolls, buddy. That's how it rolls. Come on. Nope. He's loving my leg instead. May not get to see Clive this time. Depends on how stubborn he wants to be. He's such a funny cat. He is a very funny cat. Meow? Yeah, they can hear you, I'm sure. The question is, do you want to be seen? Yeah, come here. There he is. There's Mr. Clive. Yes, they do have their own agenda. Don't you, Mr. Clive? Eh? Actually, I had a customer come by here the other day. Actually, the one who had the Caribbean quilt fabric, and she said he was so black, he was dark blue. And I never even thought of that before. I'm like, oh, maybe he is. Maybe he is so black, he's dark blue. Huh? He's a good boy. You hear your little motor. Let them hear your motor for a minute. He's a good cat. Most times he's a good cat. All right. Okay, off you go. Most times he is. Sometimes he likes to jump into the window in our bedroom as we're trying to sleep and we don't understand particularly why he wants to jump in the window and meow at possibly somebody, some critter that may be in the yard. almost there. Yes, they are. But I don't understand who he's talking to at 5 a.m. in the morning in the windowsill. Like, seriously, nobody's there. Nobody. All right, so let's add another one onto here. Switch some colors around here. Another one onto the bottom and bottom and bottom, and then we'll add this row on, the fourth row onto the third row, and then we'll be done. Oops, we'll have to save that. Come back. We're almost there. Da, 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 almost there. Trying to finish up the fourth row, and then we'll add it to the third row. Okay, only got a few more little sections to do, and then we're done. And I didn't want to leave, you know, not enough for the show, for us to do a show. So I wanted to make sure there was enough for us to putt around at for a couple of hours at least. At least so I calculated in my mind, because it's hard to when you know, just, you know, get on something and just, you know, putter away and not even think about it, right? So that's the key. Let's get this one done too. Let's pin this one. Well, we try to keep Clive awake during the day. You know, we put him outside in the yard, and he'll, you know, sometimes nap under the bush or whatever. But, you know, we just try to keep him up during the day so he can sleep at night. So we can all sleep at night. That's the benefit. Okay, just pin in some more. Pin in some more. We're almost there. I know. Patience is a virtue. So says the Lord. We will get there. Oh, I pulled it out for some reason. Well, that ain't fun. Okay, good. Didn't need my old lady specs to thread it. That's good. All right, we got a couple of curves to conquer. A couple of curves to conquer. A couple of curves to conquer on the double wedding ring quilt. And then it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful. 'Cause I said so. Oh, one more to stitch down there. It fell off. Let me bubble pin this one first. And then we'll pin the last of the little melon for row 4. And we'll sew all of row 4 to row 3. And then we are good to go. Very fun and educational journey, that's for sure. All right, one on the floor here. Let me grab that real quick. Let's press these guys. Give them some heat love, because we know they need some. Okay. We've got one little melon on the bottom, and then we just have to match up a row of ups and downs on the between 3 and 4, and we're good to go. That is done, done, done. Okay. Let's add this to over here. There we go. One more on the bottom here. And then we'll pin the row. And then we're done. Okay. I know it's a long stream today, probably three and a bit hours, and I appreciate you guys sticking around, or even just liking and subscribing and watching to the end. It's greatly appreciated. It helps if you tell your friends. We've got big plans for the, you know, once we reach 10,000, so the sooner we get there, the better. All right, that should be the last one for the bottom curve. Okay, and then we get to pin it all. You love to stick around. All right, where did I go here? There I went. Do, 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 do. All right. There's one big seam after this one. Aw, thanks, cat lady. I hope that was regards to me. Or at least the show. It's kind of hard to follow along with the chat and sew at the same time, so I apologize if I'm missing things. But I do read it. I do. Okay, now that fourth row is all done, we're going to pin it to the third row and get it all snug as a bug in a rug, and that is it. Okay, so let's line up that little middle notch in the middle of our arches and just pin along. And we got one big long seam to go. Okay, so let's just pin that up. Let's bring a few pins out here. We're gonna need a few. And then we are D-O-N-E done. And can't wait to quilt it up. I thought choose a very neutral backing, like, I don't know, I even thought about making it scrappy flannel. You know, just big chunks here, big chunks there. But, you know, I kind of want them to be able to, you know, be proud of it. And if they wanted to hang, you know, put it in their house or something like that, you know. Be a little bit prideful, right? So, 2... Aw, thanks, Ellie. Much appreciated. It helps a lot. You know, it doesn't make me feel like I've trapped you guys here. I've trapped you here. You have no other choice. Is that a square? Oh, it is too. Okay. Let's see, I've really enjoyed this adventure on this double wedding ring scrappy collage, I guess you could say. It has come along smoother than I anticipated, but it's a little bit more complicated than I anticipated as well. So, which I think is just justifiably so. You're trapped. You're prisoners. Right, so almost there. Just pinning it, trying to match up some seams and some lumpy bumps along the way. And hopefully it goes as smooth as I anticipate. And in one smooth stitch out, we will be done. Just trying to pin the rest here. And of course, it needs a good old pressing with some steam persuasion, I'm sure. Almost there. Oh, sore shoulder. It's getting there. Almost a little bit more. Just a little bit more to pin. That's it. Just that little bit here. And then a sew. A big old sew. Here we go. We're almost there. Quiet time. It's deep concentration time. Make sure I'm doing things right. Got last one here to go. Okay, there we go. And I love the colors that come and pop up against each other when it comes to the brown or the tan or whatever, and the colors that I chose. I love how they're just kind of popping out and, you know, saying, look at me, look at me. So it's working out to the way I had anticipated. So, all right, last little bit here. Almost there. Feedy, fighty, fo, we're almost there. One more long seam to go and we will be there. Okay, all right, there we go. 3 to 4, here we go. With an extra pin. Actually, I thought about putting flannel, gray flannel on the back of it actually. So, because that'd be very comfy in the winter time. And since we have pretty much 8 months of winter here in Canada, that's how it rolls. You know, I thought that might be a good idea. Here we go, last seam. Here we go, of our double wedding ring quilt. We are puttering along, making it look pretty, very, very pretty. Do, do, do. We're almost there. We're getting there. Double wedding ring. Scrappy. Okay, turn that. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. All right. Almost done! It's very exciting. Oh my gosh, it's very exciting. I gotta even move it up just a wee bit more. Okay. And of course, it needs some big steam press and love afterwards. But we will get her done. Yes, we will. Oh, so exciting. This is so exciting. Oh, a little bit more. A little bit more. Oops, lost. All right, here we go. How's that look? Hopefully okay. And that is our double wedding ring quilt, scrap style. All right, give it a little press and love and we are done, done, done. Loving it. Alright, so thank you very much for watching and subscribing and, you know, helping out with Patreon. We really, really appreciate that. Like I said, it really helps us know that you appreciate all the stuff that we do for our channel and for you and all the amount of videos that we put out on a weekly basis. So thank you very much. Thank you for joining me on this long, you know, scrappy wedding ring adventure. And thank you very, very much. I had a blast. Thank you. Goodbye, everybody. Take care. See you on Vlog on Wednesday.